Hi, I'm Phyllis from the Doll Corner, and today I'm back and I have my little doll, Sue, all fixed up, hair all on, in her bonnet. I think she turned out rather cute. But I promised you I would show you how I make these little pinafores, or aprons, whichever you prefer to call them. And they're quite easy to do. You'll want to measure the waist of your doll around to wherever you want your apron to come to. About here is a nice spot, a little distance in there. So you want this measurement from here around. And you'll cut your waistband, that plus your seam allowances. So with that measurement, you'll want to double that measurement for the length of your skirt of your apron. And then you will gather it in to fit your waistband. And of course your length, so that you can make it any length you want. And to make the bodice, or the bib, I guess you call it, I want to draw out a pattern, and I want to make it four inches here and 3 inches this way for the doll that I'm thinking about making it for. So from here to here, I want a 3 by 4. So I'm going to draw a line up the center here. I had it folded. And now I'm going to take, where's my little ruler? I want to make it 4 inches across the bottom. So I'm going out 2 inches here and 2 inches that side. So that gives me 4 inches at the bottom. Now I want to go up 3 inches, and that's my 3-inch mark. But from here out, I want to go 2 1/4 inches. Or I'll go 2 1/2. And this is one right out here is my 2 1/2. So then I'm going to draw a line from here, join those, like that. And that gives me the bodice top. This line is just the center line. Now, for the straps, you'll want to measure her shoulder width to make sure it'll fit in there. And I'm going to draw mine 1 inch, and the length I want is 6 1/2 inches. But I have to have them going on an angle like this. So I'm not just sure. This is a guess for me. So I go 1 inch out, and then I take and I measure, see, I have this 1 inch right on there, that line. Now I want to go up 6 1/2 inches. From here up to here is 6 1/2 inches. And then I want pretty much a bit of an angle here as well, so that it'll fit. But if you're not certain, you can always leave it a little bit longer, and you can always trim it off. And basically that's my pattern. And then I fold it in half, like that, and I cut it out. And I come out with something that looks a little like this. Now I want to cut 2 of these of fabric, and I will, when I cut it with the fabric, and with right sides together, I take a tiny, I use a very short stitch and go around here and then trim it close. And I want to make sure I make my little clips in each of those corners so that it'll go flat. If you wanted to make a round neck, you just shape it round. Or if you wanted to make a heart shape, that's up to you. When you're designing your own doll clothes, you can do what you like. So then I like to press it. And I serge this edge, the back of it, along both sides. You can turn it in, press it in, and sew it down if you prefer, but I just find it easier, sometimes quicker. Then I get a piece of lace, or you don't have to, but I wanted a piece of lace on. Gathered lace and put it along the edge there. So then I sew it on, press it in, and bring this forward like that. And this is not going to ravel. And it gives a little bit of support to the lace. And then I just sew down along the edge here. And I may top stitch around here, depends. And that's my top finished, with the exception I will use a zigzag or serge the bottom edge here to keep it from fraying. And my waistband is the length of her that I wanted, measured. I turned in the edges. I gathered my skirt in to fit it. I sewed this half on, just like this, gathered it in, fit. You can put marks at your quarter marks, and then the halfway mark and another quarter mark. I just folded the fabric, and I can see my creases where I need it. So then when I've got this all sewn on, then I go along here with my serger and finish it off like that. Now there's a lot of different ways you can put a waistband on. This is the way I've been putting them on lately, and it seems to work well for dolls. And then this isn't the ribbon I'm going to use, but this one, I used the fabric because it's a nice fine fabric. But this one is a hard fabric, and I think it would be hard to tie a bow with it. So I just adjust it in there the way I want it, and then stitch it. And then I come across here. Where's my bib? and I center this with the front. Bringing it down to the edge, down to about here, and then just top stitch it across, and then I top stitch it again here. You can see how I've top stitched it here. Sew my straps in. And then for the back strap, I put them in place before I top stitch it, of course. But I put it on my doll to make sure I've got them in the right place. And that is how I make my little pinafores, aprons. Tie a bow at the back. It's not very well done, but so if you have any questions about any of the way you want I explained this, send me an email at dollfashions77@gmail.com, and please subscribe. Touch the bell so you'll get noticed when most times you get a notice. Sometimes they kind of forget. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Tell me how I'm doing. And I appreciate you, all my subscribers. And anybody can subscribe, and then you'll get a